Alright, so the Atlanta Falcons. We're on the Atlanta Falcons, the team that's been around for a while, the team that's again another solid fan base, I would say. Let's just take a look at what they got. They were established in June 30th, 1965, so they're 52 years old. Their first season was 1966. They play in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, and they're headquartered in the Flowery Branch, Georgia. Not the Flowery Branch, but Flowery Branch, Georgia. They were part of the National Football League. They've been a part of the National Football League since 1966. They were in the Eastern Conference in 1966, moved to the Western Conference for 1967 and 1969, and specifically the Coastal Division for 1967 and 1969. They've been a part of the the National Football Conference (NFC) since 1970. They were in the NFC West from 1970 to 2001 and moved to the NFC South in 2002. Their team colors are black, red, silver, and white. Their mascot is Freddie Falcon. The owner is Arthur Blank, CEO and President Rich McVay, General Manager Thomas Dimitroff, and Head Coach Dan Quinn. They've been the Falcons since 1966. Nothing has changed. Their team names are the Dirty Birds or Grits Blitz, which is part of that 1977 defense that was named. They've won 2 NFC titles from 1988 to 2016. No championships at all. No Super Bowls. No pre-Super Bowl championships. It's been a team that's suffered with that. Again, they were coming very close to winning it last year. And then New England decided to just come back and, beat them. So Atlanta has no Super Bowls and no championships at all. Still trying to fight for one. They have 6 division titles in the NFC West in 1980 and 1998, and the NFC South in 2004, 2010, 2012, and 2016. They've also been to the playoffs 13 times. 1970, 1980, 1982, 1991, 1995, 1998, 2002, 2004, 2008, 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2016. The fields they played is the Atlanta Fulton County Stadium from 1966 to 1991, moved to the Georgia Dome from 1992 to 2016, and are officially in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium this year. So, again, another one of these teams that has a lot of history but doesn't in terms of hardware. I know they would definitely like a Super Bowl championship. All right, QB. It's going to be Matt Ryan. He's going to be the starter of the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta has had a lot of long history of shortcomings, of just, you're playing, and they could be a great team, but in the end, they just don't have that QB. Matt Ryan is the QB. He's the most successful one. He's led Atlanta to. Well, he hasn't had many losing seasons, which is a big deal, because he hasn't. He's been able to lead him to a lot of victories. He's been able to lead him to a lot of comebacks. He's been able to lead him to a lot of game-winning drives. He's a guy that, honestly, if you want the ball at a great time, you need Matt Ryan there. So Matt Ryan is the best option for Falcons history ever at QB. He's got everything he needs. He's an MVP. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler. He's a 1-time All-Pro. The only thing he needs, obviously, is a ring. Of course he would love a ring. I'm pretty sure he would love a ring, He's won, Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's won Offensive Player of the Year. He's got the tools. He's had the tools since he's walked in the league. He just, like everyone, wants a Super Bowl that plays football. So that's really not much of a bargain there in terms of what he's lacking. I mean, there's nothing really to discuss on, but he's still got to work on this. Maybe he's got to work on stuff, but because everyone does all the time. But Matt Ryan is just a complete, fantastic pocket passer. So, all right. So, Atlanta, looking at it, they've never had a fantastic fullback in terms of going back. But I saw 2 running backs that I just could not put on this list, and it was Warwick Dunn and Michael Turner because of their impact during their times in Atlanta. Their short span, but relatively short span, but at the same time, they were very effective. They were very important to this history. So you have to put them on there. So Michael Turner is going to be the fullback. Michael Turner, the burner, as he's called, 2-time Pro Bowler and All-Pro. It's kind of like a bulldozer. That guy was not He was not easy to bring down, for sure. He definitely brought the best out of him. When he was definitely in Atlanta, it was definitely the best out of him there. It's a guy that rushed for over 7,000 rushing yards, so not Hall of Fame status, probably not, but maybe he will, you never know. But not Hall of Fame status for the most part, but should be respected. Honestly, should be a respected individual, and I know he's going to be very, very key because he played with Matt Ryan, so having him in the backfield, I know Matt will be excited.
All right, so now the running back is going to be Warrick Dunn. So with Michael Turner there, that can also get after it. Hopefully, he can block pretty well. Warrick Dunn's going to be the man. He's going to be the guy for the Atlanta Falcons running back. A 3-time Pro Bowler. He did spend some time in Tampa, and he also spent some time with Atlanta. So both equivalent years, 6 years each. And overall, this is a guy that's definitely was better at Atlanta. He had over 1,400 carries for almost 6,000 rushing yards, 30 rushing touchdowns, an average game of 66.5 yards. Also had 204 receptions for over 1,000 yards and 6 receiving touchdowns. So again, he's a guy that can catch the ball and get some big plays in there, can run the ball and actually make some great plays in there. And I'm definitely expecting the best out of him. So I do believe that honestly, I think it's the best option. Now, we got the whole receiving, and I think the receiving is actually pretty dangerous. And we start with a legendary guy in Roddy White, a guy that is a 4-time Pro Bowler and All-Pro. He ended playing football in 2015, but all of his time was out there in Atlanta, and he was able to get 808 receptions for over 10,000 receiving yards, 63 receiving touchdowns. Just a fantastic receiver. Roddy White was before Julio. He was the man in Atlanta before Julio was the man in Atlanta at that receiver spot. And honestly, that's one of their biggest strengths out there in Atlanta, is having the ability of having really fantastic players. And so, Roddy White is it's a fantastic option as of right now to start out. Now, the other wide receiver is going to be Julio Jones. Julio Jones is a big guy, 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro. He's such a fierce competitor. He definitely is able to just be such a hard-working guy. And as of right now, in the 6 years that he's been in this league, as of right now, 570 receptions, 8,771 receiving yards, 43 receiving touchdowns. And like I said, it's only getting started. He is the age of 28 as of right now. He's still got some time. Julio Jones is going to keep getting better. He is, in my opinion, the best receiver in the game. It's a 1A, 1B type thing, because Antonio Brown is definitely that discussion. Him and Julio are definitely right there tied in a way. It's a hard discussion to have, but Julio Jones is fantastic. So I think having him at that other side of Roddy White is going to be amazing. Now, tight end being Tony Gonzalez. Tony Gonzalez was fantastic in Kansas City. You all know that. He was fantastic in Atlanta. He is definitely the best receiver, a tight end in Atlanta history for sure. A guy that in the 80 games that he played and started, he had a combined of 409 receptions, 4,187 yards, and 35 touchdowns. He helped Matt Ryan. He helped the Atlanta Falcons become super good. They were super on their way to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, he did not get to that Super Bowl with the Falcons, even though they were so close in 2012. But this is a man that he's gonna do his thing. He's gonna go in. He's just gonna be fantastic. He's all 2000s team. He's top 10, top 5 best tight ends of all time. Having him in there. And having Tony Gonzalez not just being a part of the Chiefs, being part of the Atlanta Falcons, that's pretty impressive as well. A few players have been able to do that. But I think this offense is really going to be a powerhouse offense. Like, if you thought the 2016 Atlanta Falcons were fantastic, I really do believe this team has the ability of putting a lot of points on the board. Now we got left tackle. Mike Ken, left tackle Mike Ken, played from 78 to 1994, 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, all of his years in Atlanta, and a guy that's reliable, a guy that's, he's been there, he's done that, and, he's a part of that 1978 NFL All-Rookie team. He was also a part of the second team All-1980s team, so he's a part of a decades team. Honestly, Mike Ken, very underrated tackle. I think he'll do just fine blocking for Matt Ryan as well as the running back. Now, the left guard is going to be Jeff Van Note, a 6-time Pro Bowler, a guy that's been in Atlanta his entire career, a guy that's started in over 200 games. Again, another one of those guys that, just like Ken, they're going to be reliable. They're not known as much as well-known. They are not well-known, but they are going to be productive offensive linemen. Now, the center for this Atlanta team is going to be Todd McClure. Duff doesn't play football anymore. He ended in 2012. A guy that played almost 200 games, was 5 shy from starting 200 games in his career, all in Atlanta. Again, most of this linemen are just very loyal guys. Todd McClure is going to be fantastic. Never got a Pro Bowl nod, never got an All-Pro nod. All I know is that he's going to be reliable, he's going to be effective, and he's going to do his job. And he's got that Falcon pride. He wants the best for this team. All right, now at the right guard position is going to be Justin Blaylock, another guy that actually did not get a Pro Bowl nod or an All-Pro nod, nothing at all, but playing that 7-year career, was able to start in over 100 games. Again, another loyal offensive lineman that I do believe will do good, and I think this line will surprise many people. I would say they are underdogs, but I think they'll surprise many, many guys, many, many teams, and many commentators, analysts, whatever you want to call them. All right, now the tackle, Bob Whitfield, just a big dude, 1-time Pro Bowler, and a guy that's been he's been more than just in Atlanta. One of the only guys I see being a part of Jacksonville for a year, being a part of New York for 2 years. Again, those two teams were definitely during the end of his career, in the 2004 to 2006 seasons. But this is a guy that in my opinion, I think 12 years in Atlanta, definitely given his credit there. He started in over 150 plus games. Again, a lot of pride. I definitely would say a lot of pride, a lot of underrated type of guys. Like I said, this line is very underrated. This offense, though, can definitely put up points. I would definitely say this is one of the a scary offense for sure if they click.